up, Margaret Nick?
Nick in the building. Yes.
Come on, Margaret.
What's going on?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Yes.
All right, good people. So we got out there tonight. Definitely Margaret Nick. Got my good brother.
Nick always the first one on.
Keith, I'm glad you on tonight.
What's up, brother?
Keith, what's up with you, boy?
Keith, we got a great segment tonight on Child Please, man. And definitely want your feedback on Child Please tonight. It's definitely NBA related. So,
and Keith, we got subject next week. I want to make sure you check in for next week too, because it's right down you in your house as well. You ain't getting both for next week.
Yes, indeed. So, hope everybody had a great holiday weekend.
I know I did. I don't know about y'all. I know I did.
My weekend was great. How was y'all weekend, brother? Really quick.
Awesome.
My man.
For a minute, man, and I enjoyed every moment of that.
Yeah, Q, we saw you was throwing down, brother. You was throwing down in a big way.
Yeah, but listen, what y'all don't know is I was working out the big way too.
Yeah, you were. Yes, you were.
I went to the biggest Planet Fitness I've ever seen, man. That thing
huge.
Kenny, was that joint huge or what?
That joint was huge. When I saw it, I think I called you or texted you or something.
Yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
whoa.
I've never seen a Planet Fitness that big with that much equipment in there.
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot of room down there in Carolina. They building big, almost like Texas. You know?
Yes, sir. Man, they had a brother working out down there though.
Yes, sir. Well, like I said, we got an informative show tonight. I am still a little lagging because I flew out to the west, flew back to the east, and I can feel it.
Jet lag. They call it jet lag, brother.
Yeah, I can feel it. But
you had a really nice meal out there, though, my brother.
Yeah, Kenny, you turned me on to a nice restaurant out there called Killer Shrimp.
Marina Del Rey.
Yeah, that thing was the bomb, man. Good lookout, brother. Good lookout. Enjoyed it.
Always, my brother.
Enjoyed it there. So look, we're gonna get it cranking. 8:05. Pass the word. Tell your folks, tell your neighbors, tell your family and relatives. You know what I mean? Time to work off those hot dogs and hamburgers and ribs from the weekend and get down with the night show.
Hello viewers, let me introduce myself. I am Nagosi, a show correspondent from Kenya. Join the charismatic Night Brothers team as they tackle the game of health, fasting, exercise and blending socially consciousness subjects and even a splash of humor. Watch them go head-to-head, dishing out tips, recipes, and friendly opinions on their journey to become the MVPs of a healthier lifestyle for all.
What's up, my good people? My name is Cameron Kendrick, a new Night Brothers AI personality. I'm filling in for Hakeem this week, who is on assignment for a future show. Anyway, what's good to my brothers Aquavian, Arden, Pierre, Roger, Armand, Kenny, and Lenny? Are y'all ready to rock this show tonight?
You know, Cameron, we ready?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we always ready.
Say
You
it
know
one more time. Are y'all ready?
We said we ready, Cameron.
Ready, Ken.
Okay, let's make this lit then.
Come on. Welcome, everyone.
All right. Night Brothers Intermittent Fasting Show coming to you live and
Hello, Night
direct.
Brothers hosts. Especially to Aquavian, better known as Mr. Fastmaster himself. Aquavian, are you there?
Yeah, babe, I'm here, Linda. How you doing tonight?
Okay, because I want to make sure. Are you the best bartender to quench my thirst again this week, or should I ask for Command Sergeant Major?
No, you know, stop playing. Don't even start.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you better act like you know Aquavian. Now, is it true you have something wet and tasty beverages for me this week?
Oh, yeah, I got something for you. I got something for you.
Okay, then step to the bar and start mixing it up, Mr. Fastmaster. Oh yeah, tell Arden Linda says peace and love.
Oh, damn, Arden.
Holler at you, Linda. Linda, on hand.
Okay, Linda.
Hey, peace and love.
Damn,
Peace and love, Linda. JPL.
Linda trying to
Well done.
move on your brothers, Q, on Command Sergeant Major. What's up with Linda?
Hey, man. You keeping it a buck. Check in.
Listen, guys, we got some tasty beverages on tap tonight, guys. As always, the drinks gonna be strong. They gonna be tasty. So, without further ado, let's just jump into what's on tap tonight. Our first drink for the night is gonna be our feature segment. How does the 80-20 rule work in law? How does it actually work? We're gonna find out. We're gonna dive into tonight's video and follow up the conversation. Then our second drink tonight.
Step to the mic a little closer, brother. Step to the
Yeah, I
mic a
was
little.
about to say, get a little to the, closer to the mic.
Second drink tonight. The second drink tonight is going to be another good one. This is our Marty Hayes Child Please Award with our co-host Kenny Adams, bringing it strong to the mic like he does every week. And you know, you guys know when Kenny brings it, he brings it. The next beverage for the night, because we're going to keep drinking tonight, y'all. This is going to be one of those nights where we really get it in tonight. We're going to have a sneak peek of Pierre Parker's video premiere. And guys, we're going to give you a tease of that, okay? We want you to check that out. That's breaking news. And then finally, final beverage of the night, get our drink on with. We're going to talk about the KBS 2020 cruise.
Where's that?
Where we are with our cruise. And I'm looking forward to that, guys. I know you are too. Back to you, Lenny.
All right, no problem, brother. All right, okay. Well, look, my brothers, good to see y'all all in one place.
How about that?
Shout out to Command Sergeant Major that had other obligations tonight, and a big, super big shout out to Armand Wallace. Y'all fellas, y'all know why?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Because
we're
Armand,
doing
you
that
something
thing.
cool.
You got a wedding or something going on, right?
Yeah, what's up with Armand this weekend, y'all? Anybody want to share the message to the family out here and let them know?
Well, our brother
Q,
is
let them know, man.
our brother is tying the knot this weekend.
Yes.
In other words, he's getting married this weekend, and so he was granted the week off because of that. He may be off next week, honeymoon, so we gave him some vacation time. He was due some vacation time, so we got him some. But congratulations to Armand Wallace, to Andrea, who are going to be married this week, and we
Yes,
wish them
indeed.
good luck, and we have all the support in the world. Guess what, guys?
It's Spar Road, baby. Spar Road representing.
Y'all give me respect. All right.
Definitely. Hey, while we all representing Spar Road and shouting out everybody, I want to give a big shout out to Christian Jones, graduated from
No doubt.
Naval Academy, and he's an officer and a gentleman right now.
Congratulations.
Actually, super proud of his brother, and hope he has an incredible career.
Yeah, I think everybody, if you can drop a 1 in the chat group for multiple things, and by the way, just house checking Q, make sure you speak us straight into the mic because you're a little low tonight. But
Yes.
drop a 1 in the chat group for Christian. It's Ellie Jones's son. Now, it's not often we get a young African American brother from Annapolis graduate from the Naval Academy, and he played 4 years on the basketball squad. Brother did some amazing things. He's set up for life pretty good, long as he just follows suits. Yes, sir. Spyro, Margaret. It deserves an honor to everybody. Just drop a 1 in the chat group for that brother, and also for Almar Wallace getting married with Andrea this weekend.
Big ups, big ups.
Also want to welcome Miss Cheryl Queen to the show. Want to welcome Linda Plum to the show. Want to welcome Pamela Williams to the Pamela Williams to the show. My girl Pamela.
Don't forget Sophia.
Joanne Jenkins.
In here
Oh,
too.
Sophia just Mimi snuck in the back. Hey, Mimi,
She
what's up,
snuck in.
Snuck in here. What's up, girl? Y'all don't y'all get me in no trouble, damn it.
Cheryl Queen. What's up, Cheryl Queen?
Love, Queen. How you feeling?
Yeah, no doubt. But shout outs, to all of y'all for joining us every week, jumping on, motivating us, and y'all so wonderful. You know what I mean? Give your own self a round of applause. Where you at, Art?
Thank you for the ones. Thank you for the ones.
There you go. Give yourself a horn. That's what I'm talking about, Art.
We got you covered.
Got a big show tonight. Big show coming. All right. What's up, man? Tell them what's up with the beautiful ladies and men on the screen. You know what I'm saying? What time is it?
Hey, man, you know what it is. This is Night Brothers, the intermittent fasting show. Or as we always call it, the Night Brothers show, because we talk about so much more. But this is where healthy is the new sexy. So we want you to get healthy, and you already got your sexy. We just going to get it tightened up. You know what? No doubt. We got a special combination for that. We'll get you up with that a little later. Over here.
Family. Hey, it's my turn now. I'm just gonna let you guys know. We got this this chat, this two-way chat thing. So all you gotta do is type in your question, your thing, any concern you got, and we'll do our best to make sure that we answer your questions and best of our knowledge and help you out along your journey. Also, I want to let you know, pretty soon we're going to debut the premiere of my video of my new song on a new album. The album is called Dynamite. It's going to be released probably around June the 17th. We're also going to release a full video that was done by the Mike Brothers. I got to give them a full round of applause because that's done without the amazing, many Night and artists, both producers and directors. They did all the work, man. They made it look awesome, and I'm just honored and proud, and hopefully, you guys will love this as much as we loved and enjoyed putting it together. So I'm gonna be putting some clips up all week, about some of the other songs on my album, and then we're gonna release this video and see where it goes. God's got it, so we pretty much got an idea of what's gonna happen. Right?
Well, congratulations, Pierre, man, for your new album and your video, man. So Pierre promised to show just a tease of his video. He can't let you see the whole video. If y'all want to see a tease of Pierre's video right now, drop a 1 in the chat group. Let us know that you want to see what this brother is doing, and or you can say congratulations like Pamela Williams just said.
Appreciate it.
But it's definitely hot. It's definitely hot. That's what I'm talking about. Pierre look like they want to check it out, man. It look like they want to check it out, Pierre.
Hey, you know what? We gotta get it to him.
All right. So what we got?
What they want.
Give the people what they want. So with Pierre's permission, y'all, look, we're gonna give y'all just a snippet, a tease of the video. We can't do the whole thing because it's not. He hasn't released everything yet, but since y'all in the Night Brothers family, you get a special preview. So y'all check it out and let us know what you think. Let us know what you think on the other side. Okay. All right, here we go, y'all. This is Pierre's video. Only 30 seconds though. Can't give you no more than that. All right, that's all we can get y'all. That's all we can get. All right, so what y'all think of the video? I mean, I know y'all only got 30 seconds, but hopefully you liked it a little bit. It was a tease. Margaret Nick says she think it's awesome. You're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the rest of the video. Y'all let your brother know right now because he worked very hard on getting this video together,
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, everybody out there. Lenny and Arden were the ones who helped, man. There's no way I could have done this without them. It's just amazing.
No, well, thank you, Pierre. Thank you for shouting us out. Thank you. It's gonna be super dope. Pierre, when is the CD coming out, and when can people expect to see the full premiere of the video?
So the full premiere we're looking at most likely the 17th of June. We're gonna release all of the album too, all at the same time. So we're looking at that date on the 17th. Hopefully we can pull it off. Maybe sooner, But I definitely will be posting and letting everybody know what's going on. And I just want to thank everybody, for their support, for their prayers, for their help, in any and every way. Thank you guys so much. You just don't know how much I really appreciate everybody. My brothers got the world's amazing, greatest fans ever. So, it's just it's an honor for me to be able to do this for you guys.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. You deserve it. You deserve it. So I'm looking forward. Pierre. I seen it. I know it's hot. It's hot.
It is hot. It is definitely hot, y'all.
It is. That brother doing it up, man. And it's gonna be on a lot of platforms, Spotify, a couple other platforms to view it, purchase it, and support it. So congratulations, Pierre, in advance. All right.
Thank you so much, guys.
What's up, Kenny? Tell us what's up. You got the Child Please working this week. Can you tell us what's going on, brother?
What's up, my brothers? What's up? Hey. This week's Child Please is really a child. I want to know what's really going on. I really want, hope we get a lot of audience participation, a lot of audience comments and questions, because I need more. I don't understand it myself. I do, but I don't. So if we can have as much audience participation as we can, that would be great. But whatever, good evening, my peoples, and welcome to another edition of the Marty Hayes Child Please segment. Tonight's segment is something that y'all probably heard about a few months ago, and then you probably heard about it again a couple of weeks ago. Same scenario. We're talking about NBA star Ja Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies. Tonight, myself and the brothers are going to try to break down a few of his troublesome episodes and try to see where exactly this is coming from, where this mindset will come from at this stage of your life. We're going to show you a video that's one of the videos that's costing him millions already and potentially millions more. Maybe even going into $100 million.
Good.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Take a look at this video and refresh yourself. Then I'm going to get into the dialogue on the other side. Thank you, Lenny.
All right, good. So we're going to take a look at, if you're not familiar with the Ja Morant stories, but check it out and we talk about it, like Kenny said.
Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has been suspended for a second time after once again appearing to flash a gun on social media. The video circulated on Saturday night. It shows Morant with what appears to be a handgun while he's riding in a friend's car. Yesterday, the Grizzlies said they were aware of the video and suspended Morant from all team activities pending league review. In March, Morant was suspended for 8 games after he was seen holding a gun inside a nightclub on Instagram Live. A representative for Morant did not immediately respond to requests for comment.
But let's start here, because this is the second time in about 2 months that Ja Morant, the star of the Memphis Grizzlies, has been seen on social media brandishing a firearm. And before he was reinstated after his suspension last time, he flew to New York. He sat down, he met with you. What did you say to him about how much more severe it would be if he did this again?
Well, we talked directly about the consequences first before we got to a subsequent potential to have done something wrong. We were very focused on the misconduct that was in front of us at the time. And frankly, most of our conversation was about how incredibly serious the first incident was of waving, a firearm on social media. And again, and the consequences there, an 8-game suspension was pretty serious and something that he, at least to me, seemed to take incredibly seriously in that time. And we spoke for a long time about not just the consequences that could have on his career, but the safety issues around it. Could have injured, maimed, killed himself, someone else with an act like that. And also the acknowledgement that, as you said, he's a star. I mean, he has an incredibly huge following. Yeah. And that my concern, and I thought he shared with me, that millions, if not tens of millions of kids globally would see him as having done something that was celebrating in a way. That act of using a firearm in that fashion. And so I at least was left with the sense that he was taking this incredibly seriously. So honestly, I was shocked when I saw this weekend that video. Now, we're in the process of investigating it, and we'll figure out exactly what happened to the best we can then. It's the video's a bit grainy and all that, but I'm assuming the worst, but we'll figure out, exactly what happened.
Memphis.
He said a mouthful right there at the end. He said, we're going to figure out what's going to happen, but I'm assuming the worst. They already know what they're going to do to this kid, and he did it to himself. I just want to understand, he didn't come from humble beginnings. He wasn't a thug. He was from a town of 3,000 people. He didn't come from a broken home. None of the things that are used as excuses when these types of things are done by stars or people we know on the street, doesn't matter. I'm just trying to figure out why all of a sudden with a $200 million contract, you decide to be a thug.
Yeah, Kenny. Ja Morant. I looked him up online. $200 million contract, making $10 million per year. I think, is he still in his rookie contract?
No, he just got an extension.
Just got an extension.
Got an extension, a 5-year, $231 million extension.
So now
he dug into royally.
Wow. So you're talking about $40 million a year now.
Yeah.
Wow.
The $10 million a year is still what he's getting now in his initial deal with Nike. What Nike did was you talk about a business move on there. When this second video happened, when this second thing happened, they took his shoe, his signature shoe, he just got his first shoe. They took it down off of their website immediately, right? Okay. A few weeks later, it was last week, they decided to release it anyway, and it sold out immediately. So what they did was recoup their, but they knew this was going to happen. If they said, if we will release this shoe, he's in the spotlight for this gun incident, these shoes are going to sell. And they were correct. So now they're under no obligation to him whatsoever. So when the NBA, Adam Silver drops the bomb on him, he could potentially lose Nike, Powerade, Panini. There's a few other endorsement. He had this could go into, like I said, into the hundreds of millions of dollars total loss. He's already at over 40 million from the first video.
Lost revenue.
From the 8-game suspension, and he didn't make an All-NBA team, which he would have got $39 million just by making an All-NBA team. He didn't make it, and it's safe to say that he didn't make it because of that first incident.
Wow.
So we already had about $40 million in counting already.
$40 million loss. Equavian, why do you think this happened a second time? And do you think there may be some psychological issues going on with John Morant that he hasn't dealt with yet? Just what's your thoughts overall on this incident?
Well, perhaps there are some psychological issues with John Morant, but I think we have to look in another direction. I mean, there's social media and peer pressure that he's under. And it's the Instagram, and I hate to blame it on social media, but Instagram and trying to be impressive there. And it's the wankster, I call it a wankster mindset. Wanna be gangster. I think 50 coined that term. And they want to be gangsters, they want to come off, they want to be perceived a certain way. That's why being shown with guns and things of this nature. And knowing what it can do to his career, knowing that he had already had a strike against him, why would you come back a second time and be caught doing something like that? And that's that gangster mindset. Want to be a gangster.
I think
put it on social media at that, and it's just the whole mindset of not all, but some of these young guys, man. And look what they have to lose during the process. So is there some psychological part of it? Yeah, I'm sure there is. But he, like Keith said, Coach Keith Covert says, he's crying out for help.
Crying out for help. I was gonna say that. Yep.
Crying out for help. So that's all a part. It's all a part of it.
Yeah. All right. It mentioned a little bit in the video, but do you think that the young brother, understands his worldwide influence that he has with fans? So we're talking about, hundreds of thousands of kids that might think it's cool. Whatever he does is cool, no matter what it is. They still bought his shoes, like Kenny said. So is he oblivious to this, or what's going on? What do you think? What's your analysis of that?
How old is John Morant?
23.
23 years old, yeah.
24 in August.
Yeah, I mean, but most people at 23 or 24 years old, you can tell them they have a major impact throughout the world, but you still really don't get it. It takes a little time to get that. You still, you got it. I mean, depending on when you develop, I know it's in Africa, you're looked at as a child until you're 25 years old, and technically that's when your mind actually matures into being a man or a woman. It gets fully developed. And I just think you're looking at somebody that got the whole world thrown at him from a small little city and got the world's attention and everything else. And now he's got the wrong people around him. And clearly, if you allow somebody to do that a second time, and if I'm going live and I see Lenny over there with something, I'm like, oh, no, we can't show that, Lenny. What you doing? If you know and understand, the impact of what it is and what it's going to happen to, so to speak, your friend. But a lot of times, many people in that situation find out they don't have friends around them. They have enablers around them. So everything to his people that's around them, they act like it's cool instead of checking it so he can have a better career. But I just think, you start talking about a child. I mean, we're still talking about a child at this point in time, even though he's 24 years old. Will he grow from this? I hope so. But I don't think at 23 years old or 24 years old, he really understands the impact that he has on the world. Really.
Great.
He might learn today because they're going to take some cash, but
they're going to take some cash from this.
I don't think he really got it. Excuse me.
Pierre, let me ask you this, and I mean, great points. You know what I mean? You say you're going to learn today. And it's sad that you got to learn that way. Pierre,
this way.
As far as lessons that can be taken away from this, not just for John Morant, but for other young stars, what lessons can be learned from this? And And can he outlive this? And this don't become a major part of his legacy. Can he outlive this later, do goodwill over the years, and just make this a forgotten story? One young lady just said, and the reason why I asked that question, because one young lady just said, I think Pamela Williams said, feel bad for these guys. They have no guidance. Lamar Jackson actually brought his mom to Baltimore to live with him. And then I remember Ray Lewis years ago was involved in a murder situation where he was just hanging out with people, but he came on to become a big star, Pierre, and it didn't tarnish his legacy.
What did he do that very next year, though, Lenny? Because America loves what?
A winner.
Hold on,
He won the championship that very next year, though. So
yeah, let's see answer this though.
That's all right. Just clear the.
So Pierre, what do you think about his legacy and his influence for young kids and other stars?
I think somewhere along the line, he's not getting the mentorship, that he needs, and so sometimes when you become a mega star like that and so young, your whole life is all about the ego, and the ego always edges God out, and so there's no direction and there's no God, there's no guidance in his life, to a point for him to continue to keep doing it. Understanding that, how much money they're taking away from him, he never had that kind of money anyway. I mean, I think it's a bad thing, but again, I think he's around a negative influence. He's, like you say, trying to be a little bit of gangster here and there, and by him being a celebrity, he's under a spotlight. Everybody is got the cameras on him, and when this happens, you got enemies and people out there who just blow it up, and it comes back in his face. So I hope he does this mess and choose to be around some people that's gonna empower him so that he can empower others, and all the fans and kids that look up to him. I hope he gets it. I think he can. Anybody can change. If they want to. But first of all, the ego's got to go.
Great points, Pierre. And I want to come back to something that you said a little bit later after we get the last questions. And you said something about you hope that the people that he hang around. So I do want to throw this question out for all four of y'all brothers and the audience as well, audience at large. And Pamela's with you on saying amen, Pierre. I mean, I hope the points that you made were great points. So hopefully there is hope for a young brother, especially if somebody making this type of money and has the skill sets that he has and the influence that he could have over children. But brothers, how does he bounce back from this? Because the media, Quavy, the media, ooh, Lord, they like to go in, especially on a brother. Will they ever let go of this story? And what are the right things that he can do? Let's go around the horn. Quavy, what do you think? What are some right things he can do?
Well, Arden touched on this earlier, and he talked about some of the enablers that he's surrounded himself with. And the thing is, I'm sorry, but man, some of those guys gotta have to go. They have to go because they're not good for him. They're not good for his brand. They're not good for his pockets. And so, when you have those people that see you shooting this kind of stuff and not say, hey, bro, this might not be a good idea, then they're not really in your corner, man. They're not really being helpful to you. So that's one of the things he has to do to clean up his circle and get rid of some of those labels.
Hey, Q, I want to be in your circle because I like that shirt you got on. It says Night Brothers.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. That's what's up, guys.
Where you get that shirt, man? Anyway, let's not get off side. We can come back to that. But Kenny, what do you say about this brother as far as what type of right things does he need to do to kind of outlive or outrun this story?
I think first of all, we all can agree he has to tighten his circle. He has to change his friends. But there's been a lot of things with his parents and a lot of things you don't know. His mother got him into a situation that wasn't as well publicized. She had an altercation, like a verbal altercation at a shoe store. She called him him and 7 or 8 of his homeboys run to the shoe store and corner the shoe store employee. Those type of things, I know it's your mother, but those type of things you just can't do. Gangster like that.
Wangster, bruh. Wangster.
Wangster. I mean, so yeah, first of all, he has to change his circle. I mean, I would tell him to stay your ass in the house. Stay out of those clubs. Get some good people around you and listen. Listen.
Keith Colbert, you played in the NBA. Are there programs to kind of safeguard somebody from themselves? Could you help the audience out? I know you know because you was in the NBA. You went through the whole protocol. Arden and Pierre, any last thoughts on this before we move on to the next segment?
All right, go ahead, Arden.
You got it. Go ahead, I'll follow.
Well, my thing is that you take a guy like this, man. I just truly, believe that, we are, that old African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, So I think, we all need to come together. Everybody needs to come together from the collective consciousness to the people in his circle, to help guide this brother, in the right direction. It's so much. It could go deep in this because you don't know what his whole childhood has been like, and so much other things, going on in his life. So, I would just, pray for him and see if we all can't, collective consciously, wish him from do die, help him to be around the people to help him to change his ways.
Amen, brother. Amen. Ardino.
Yo, I would say, first and foremost, hopefully he wants to change or sees that he needs to change, because sometimes that can be the case. It could literally be, he could be the problem. But if he does want to change, he has like a phenomenal talent set that would give people pause on throwing him out right now. All he really needs is a good PR campaign. He needs to come out. He needs to say the right things. He needs to do what Kenny said and stay his ass home and out of the media for a good period of time and focus on the discipline of being the best ball player he can. But and maybe have to come out and talk about gun safety and whatever. But I just want to say it's very funny that, has anybody heard anything about the NRA coming out to support him or come out on his behalf in reference to that? It's just funny. A brother can't get no support from the NRA. Now, if he was a hockey player, the NRA would be out here in Front Street like, oh, well, he has the right to carry a gun. It's just kind of a funny point that nobody said anything about.
That's a good
throw that out there.
The irony to the story. You're right. The irony to the story.
For real.
That's a good point.
Republicans didn't jump out there to talk about him, but because they portray him as a thug, and that's the issue. So it's sad because we do have some young people that want to be that, even though they're not. And that's a whole situation that we got to focus on, and we got to talk to him in reference to him doing that. Kind of shows people that, let me run around with a gun and get clipped on a gun charge that's not yours, and now you got somebody else serving time. So it really needs to be, somebody out there talking to him in reference to what he's doing, how that affects everybody else or other children around him.
Yeah, and you're right. The NBA does have historical precedents for this, because back in the day, Gilbert Arenas played for the Washington Wizards. Washington? No, it's actually the Washington Bullets at that point.
They were the Bullets at that time.
And he brought a gun into the locker room and threatened big ass star too. Gilbert Arenas was threatened another player, and it didn't end well. His career was shortened, not just because of that.
Oh, without question.
But people don't want to touch you after that. So much other talent out there. So, but let's just pray for John Morant, as Pierre said.
Yeah.
But Keith Colbert, thank you.
What did Keith say?
Keith said a couple great things. Linda says, focus on what matters most for him. Find a great mentor, and I believe he will make it. I hope you're so right. But Keith said day one, because when he was in the NBA, he said they set him down. People come to talk to you. You get counselors, financial advisors, and more. And then he said the NRA won't fight the shield for the NBA. So, yeah,
Buddy.
yeah. So great comments. All right, great segment. Another great segment bringing up Kenny. Once again, everybody drop a one in the chat group or just say thank you, Kenny.
Thank you, brother. Hey, always, brother.
Appreciate you, Kenny.
Awesome.
Amen. Amen. Look, y'all, tonight our feature video, we go into our health segment of the show. We talk about this thing called the 80-20 rule. Yeah, thank you, Kenny. Once again, y'all can say that while we transition into the next segment. We talk about the 80-20 rule. And the 80-20 rule that we're speaking of goes into weight loss. It's really 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. Now, most of you are saying, well, how can that really be true? And more important, will it work for me? I don't care if it's true or not. I just want to know whether it can work. It can work for me.
So, what it gonna do for me?
What it do, baby? Do what it do. So we're gonna talk about that. This is a protocol that Quaver uses staunchly, believes in wholeheartedly, and has living proof of what it can do. What it can do, baby. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a short look at this video and talk about the 80-20 rule on the other side.
One of the things we talk about is also that, weight loss is only about 20% motion or exercise. 80% of weight loss is nutrition. So if you understand that, and the concept of that you can't outrun or out-exercise your fork. So, when you're trying to lose weight, you really need to pay attention to your nutrition, not so much your exercise level. So there's two different types of exercise. We call NEAT and EAT. This is the stuff that you can do on a regular basis that's not really exercise, but it helps your body burn calories. So you can add a little bit of activity, and it's not exercise, it's not a formal exercise program, but I'm talking about things like standing actually burns more calories than sitting. So if you have a desk job, it's important to stand up once in a while and actually do some of your work standing. So how about strolling, okay? When you go to the Publix down the street, how many of you circle the parking lot until you can get the closest parking spot to the front door? Well, how about parking further on down the aisle so that you have to walk down a little bit? So parking further away from the front door, you're adding a little bit of exercise. The worst thing, modern invention that came about was the remote control. How many of you remember getting up from your chair to go change the channel on the TV? We don't do that anymore. We just point and press, okay? And we put things in the dishwasher. How about standing at the sink and washing the few dishes rather than throw them in the dishwasher? It actually would burn more calories. So by doing those little things on a day-to-day basis, you can probably burn 200 extra calories without even thinking about it. And so that's going to come into play when you're starting to lose weight.
All right, we'll thank Evergreen Wellness for the shot on the information. Q, we're going to start off with you about the 80-20 rule of nutrition versus exercise. Can you explain to people a little bit more what it is? Video didn't go deeply into it, but I know you're an expert just as much as the video. Help us out, brother. Help us understand.
Yeah, we need to do a deeper dive into this, man. And this is something that it really came to light for me during the beginning of the pandemic, and how nutrition and exercise plays a major role in our health and wellness. And it's a thing of, we can't let certain things be focal point. Using nutrition as our focal point rather than exercise, it can work for you, and it worked for me. I'm a witness that, during the pandemic, gyms were closed. You guys remember that all the gyms were shut down as the pandemic began? Remember the situation we were doing at the beginning of the pandemic? Pierre, you remember gyms were being shut down. Doors were closed. And so sometimes we had to find another way. And one of the things I found was, okay, I can't use a gym, but I can use bettering my nutrition and choosing to change how I looked at nutrition. And that became a focal point. 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. Implementing that part of that into your life and making it a part of your daily routine. And that was a major, major part in helping people change their lives. No question about that.
So once you understood the rule, you say you really incorporated this into your life. And was it something that was difficult or easy? And is it something that's applicable for most people or not?
It was very, very helpful, because if we looked at where we were at that time, like I said, we were right there in the middle of a pandemic. And like I said, the gyms were closed. But there were other ways to use this, and to use it as something that we could implement into our lives and get the best of it for us. And no question about it, it helped by changing that mindset and changing that thing that was so prevalent right there in the middle of a pandemic. Man, it was
Well, awesome information, Q. We're going to build upon that with Arden talking about. I have 2 questions for you. Let's just tackle the first one first, Arden. Why is nutrition in this 80-20 rule? Why is the nutrition part of it given more emphasis than the 20% of the exercise in this 80-20 rule?
I mean, because I would say one big piece, and it's the kind of phrase that's been around for years and years and years. I used to always hear decades ago. They said you can never outwork a bad diet.
Nope.
You cannot outwork out a bad diet. If anything, it'll end up getting you hurt. Because you need that nutrition to build and rebuild cells, muscle, and your system to lose that weight healthy. And I'm talking about healthy weight loss that's going to last a long time. It's not just going to bounce back. That situation starts off with nutrition. And you can lose weight just in nutrition alone without really doing a workout, but the workout is extremely effective. And I know you talk about the cardiovascular system and everything else, but the eating helps one system that people don't talk about so much, and that is your lymphatic system.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very important that you deal with the lymphatic system, because if you want to go wrong fast, have something happen to your lymphatic system and you will go downhill quickly. So the right diet reduces your mucus buildup. The right diet reduces your inflammation. All of those things will help you move more effectively and give you the ability to move more effectively. And then, with the balance, of course, you get the best results from both worlds, but the combination is definitely heavily weighed on your nutrition for you to even build muscle, to change your body, as Pierre could definitely articulate.
When we talked about, when I first learned about this, I was wondering about what's the flexibility of the situation. Do it always have to be 80% diet and 20% exercise, or can you fluctuate the percentages? And how does that, if you alter them, how does that work?
Everything can be fluctuated, but what results do you want is the question. If you want to continue to move forward and go up, if you flex it, then flex it, focusing even more on your diet. What will help your body rebuild the cell structures. They say every 2 years you change, every cell in your body is changed. It's a new cell. So you're a new person every 2 years. So in the event of focusing on your health and what you intake, that's going to change who you are and at what level your cells are and your skin looks different. And we know with just doing the fasting, you fast for a few months, your skin looks better. You're drinking more water, you're eating more, better foods, you feel better. So if the goal is to improve yourself, then more focus on your diet will only help you. You working out, it'll help you even work out, because I'm sure everybody around on everybody on the screen can say that if I eat certain things when I work out, I feel better. If I don't, I'll still do the workout, but I don't feel the same way.
Yeah, I feel you. I
And
feel you.
it's fuel. It really is.
Great points,
You
brother.
want top level focus and top level performance. You need top level fuel.
Great points. Pierre, two questions for you coming from a body composition perspective with this 80-20 rule, and also talking about management. How do you manage a lifestyle once you kind of get a routine going, and how can you sustain it? Could you talk to those 2 points on the screen?
Yeah, a big time. I live by this, 80-20 rule. It's just how when I met my nutritionist, the first thing he said, 80% of the results are going to come from your nutrition. The other 20% is going to come from you stimulating the muscles, to get the muscles to grow and create the shape that you want. So what happens is we are creatures of habit. So it takes anywhere from 15 to 21 days to create a good positive habit. If you can be consistent with doing this 80-20 rule, for anywhere from 15 to 21 days, you can that'll become part of your habitual system, and it makes it easier, because we operate mainly out of our subconscious mind. What you're doing is programming your mind to eat good nutrition and to work out and train. And that just becomes your lifestyle. That becomes, the choices and things that you make. You got to keep in mind, that when you're talking about this again, this 80-20 rule, your body is a high performance machine. And I already just mentioned, that what you're putting in your body, that food is fuel. Now you can put in the cheap stuff, and I can tell you, you're gonna sweat and putter and poop and do all that kind of stuff. If you can put in the real stuff, then you're gonna see some changes, some results, which will happen, much more faster. And keeping in mind, that we're talking about as we age, the average person loses 1 pound of muscle a year. That's 5 pounds of fat that's coming on your body every time you lose that 1 pound of muscle. And how can you lose that muscle? By not working out, not training, and not eating enough protein and taking care of yourself. That 80-20 rule usually covers that.
Wow.
You got to keep that in mind. So again, the older we get, the more resistance training we should be doing. Because if you look at the older folk or our grandparents, our great grandparents, most of them look pretty frail. They had rough times. They were all bent over and they were barely making it, and they was just getting into their 70s and 80s. So there's a lot of information out here that can help us. Now live longer, healthier lives. A good example would be Q, right there. Q is a good example of the 80-20 rule. I am a good example of that. Miss
Ernestine, definitely, yeah.
Yes, the 80-20. She lives by the 80-20 rule. I do too, because taught by the same nutritionist. So yes, it can become a lifestyle. It is my lifestyle. It is who I am now. And it's not that hard. It's not that hard to do. You just gotta discipline yourself in the beginning to do this, and after a while, your habit system takes over. You don't have to, you just not gonna those foods that create havoc in our system will not call your name no more.
And like that sign said, life is too short to be at war with yourself.
Yes.
Just get on a program, and sure, I'm glad you picked that up.
Excellent point.
That's why we threw that in there. But
and I just want to throw out a quick shout out, to Justin Noel, Miss Kimberly Noel's son. I've been working with him for approximately about 6 months. Basically, doing this, the 80-20 rule. And I just want to give a shout. Justin has lost pretty close to 90 pounds in 6 months.
Wow. Shout out to Justin. Big shout out.
He's off of all his medications, off of all his high blood pressure medications, and he's also off of his heart medications. So, so I'm just saying, this 80-20 thing right here that these guys are talking about, I just want to tell everybody really, really close, it works.
Awesome.
works.
Awesome.
Do it.
Awesome.
It works.
My man.
Big shout outs to Darius Stanton, Peace in the Morning Show, a stalwart in the community. Great example for many of us to live by.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining in, viewing on the
Good
show.
brother.
Kenny,
love, bro.
Kenny,
brother.
we're talking 80-20, Kenny. We're talking about the health benefits of 80-20 rule. 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. So you got to kill yourself going out there doing all this exercise. And explain why this works for most people, even if they don't periodically, even if they do periodically miss exercising. Why does it still work, Kenny? Talk to me. You heard the people say.
First of all, we all know the health benefits of losing weight, more energy. It puts your resistance up for disease like heart disease, diabetes, some cancers. Of course, increased energy. And let's not forget your libido.
Absolutely.
Let's not leave that out. We need that. We need that. And it's really also good because there's two reasons why people don't work out. They either don't want to or they can't. Maybe they may not be physically able to go to a gym every day, every other day, every week, or whatever. But having this and knowing that 80% of your fight is in your diet, you don't have to focus as much on the gym, even if you can't, especially when you can't physically do it. Now, if you just don't want to do it, that's a whole nother issue. That's something else we'll talk about later. But it's knowing that is really, really, really important, knowing that 80% of this whole fight is your diet. And it's really not that hard. I mean, it's a struggle for some of us. We go up, we go down. But like Pierre said, that initial discipline, that self-discipline to get going, and then eventually it'll become a lifestyle as it has for him and Q.
Amen. Amen. And I want to add to that, Kenny. Thanks for your comments, brother. That look, what's the recommended calorie balance? Because this is one of the issues that I had, not with counting calories. So I wasn't a big calorie counting type person, and I found out that look, you just can't just willy-nilly your way through something. There's metrics and everything, and analytics and everything if you want to have predictable results. That's the word. If you want to have predictable results, you're going to have to use analytics to a certain degree anyway. So the recommended calorie count intake per day for a man and a woman, they say that a woman should try to stay within anywhere from, there's a range, like 1,200 to 2,000 calories. So if you're a larger woman, or taller woman, a little bit more bigger boned, as they say, maybe you lean more toward the 2,000 side. Or if you're a type of person that really expend a lot of energy because that's your daily lifestyle, if you have a job that's very physical or manual in nature, then you may lean more toward that 2,000 side of it because you're going to burn it. You'll be burning it, and you need it as fuel, like Ard said to begin with. So it's okay. But if you're a little bit more sedentary, a little bit more of a petite or a smaller person, you may not need that 2,000 calories. So try to stay closer to that 1,200. But, and that's just a range. I always say just find your sweet spot, Pierre, and know what's worked for you. If you see the scale moving in a direction that you don't want to, like I have occasionally, then you just got to adjust that number. Now, for a man, it's recommended 1,500 to 2,500 calories. And, I'm a segue into number two part of that question because, well, how do you know that? How do you know what is 1,500 or 1,200 or 2,000 or whatever? Here's some methods that you can use to balance your calories in the 80-20 rule. One of them, quite natural, just kind of read the labels, see what's in your calories, see what's in your food. Once you do that, you'll kind of know what you're intaking. At least you kind of be aware of what's going on instead of just eating something and saying, I eat salad all the time. That's cool. It should be good. I should be good. You know what I mean? That's that old adage. But if you're not looking at the calories in the dressings, you know what I mean? You could be going awry. You know what I mean? Or you might say that I eat, chicken sandwiches or chicken wrap all the time at the house. So I can just go get the chicken sandwich from Popeyes or somewhere else. It might be a false equivalency. It's a false. Yeah, it's not the same. So you can't.
Not quite the same.
Can't make assumptions that your low carb wrap that you use with your chicken sandwich at home, and then you go to eat something at a restaurant. Restaurants or carryouts are notorious for using the cheapest ingredients that they possibly can, that are not really don't take into account the same calories or the makeup of what you do for yourself. So I would warn you to pay attention to those things. Another thing that you can really do is to start measuring your portions a little bit more. And once you get a routine, like I commend Quavy and Pierre for their routines, because often you'll see Quavy put food on Facebook. Sometimes you haven't done it in a while, Q, so you got to get back on your routine, putting your stuff on the plate, man. It looks so beautiful too, brother. But anyway, the point that I'm making is, I bet you if Quavy had chicken wings on his plate, the next time he do that, if you go back and compare that post to his next post that he would do, it'd be very similar in the amount of food that he's putting on his plate. This is where success comes in. Success comes in is knowing, studying, having analytics, and then just repeating it over and over. Now, you won't lose all 20 or 90 pounds like Pierre said, you know what I mean? But over time, just consistency over time, you would do that. And then you just throw in the 20% of exercise. So that's what we'll say. That's what I'm saying to everybody. You'll start to know what your favorites are. Like lately, I've been doing a whole bunch of avocado and
good fat.
Yeah, good fat, and it's a very filling food as well. A lot of people say it don't have taste, but you can make it taste good. Put a little salt and pepper or something on it, a little lemon or something else to spice it up. But once you know those things and you start liking those things and they become your favorites, you can just be redundant almost in what you eat. Like, I'm not telling you eat the same thing every Friday or the same thing every Monday, but I'm just saying from a week-to-week basis, you should know certain foods. And if you vary out of that food that you normally eat, like we went out to a friend's birthday and I had some cheese and pizza and all this type of stuff that I had gotten away from. And I could tell, you know what I mean, it was something that was outside, made you a little sluggish over a period of time. So once you find a pattern, like Hugh and Pierre and Ernestine have, you can really lock into that. So those are a few of the tips. Hugh, you want to comment on what Cheryl is saying right here?
Yes, learning the nutritional value of foods, man, is so important. And implementing that into your life. I've found that there are certain things that when they are helpful for you, I always like to start up my meal with salads, good salads. And like you just talked about, be careful with those dressings. But certain salads, and things that you put into those salads, people have a tendency to think that, okay, I'm having a salad. But if you're filling your salad with a bunch of things that are not really healthy, they're not as beneficial for you. So I try to get a salad full with things like carrots and cucumber and things of that nature. My salads are filled with that, and being careful with those dressings and implementing that into what I eat on my normal routine. And it works for you, man. It really does.
Awesome, brother. You know what else helps, Q?
What's that?
The Knight Brothers show promotes black seed oil, the perfect addition to your daily health routine. Black seed oil and pills are made with high-quality pure seeds and is 100% natural cold-pressed and unrefined. Packed with anti-inflammatory properties and more, black seed oil helps the immune system, weight control, healthy skin, hair, and improve overall well-being. Buying from our Amazon link helps the growth and success of the show, allowing us to bring you informative and entertaining content. Don't wait, start improving your health today. Order from the Knight Brothers Amazon link and experience the many benefits of black seed oil.
Yes, sir. So get your black seed oil, get your spirulina, because those things will help you to hit those goals. Look, we want to have a little bit of fun with the cruise. We got cruise coming up. Kenny, I'm going to start with you. A little trivia about Ken, why don't you tell them about the cruise first before we start diving into the trivia?
Hey, man, listen, I'm excited about this thing. I'm excited about the cruise. And, it's a chance for us all to come together as a group and that we can have fun, man, on board the Carnival celebration in We're going to have a great time, man. And I'm hoping that all of us can come together and be a part of this. If you have not done so, make a move to do so now, man. Because we're going to do so many things here. I mean, Natural has talked about it. I've talked about it. Kenny has talked about it. And we got so many things that we have planned for us. We're gonna have T-shirts that, implementing the Knight Brothers Cruise. We're gonna have a lot of things that we do that, as we come together as in fellowship as a group, it's going to be great. The Carnival celebration, they have so many things that one of the former NBA stars, yes, he has a restaurant on board. Shaq has his own restaurant on board.
Sure do.
Big part of that, man. Kenny, you know a little bit about that. It's going to be fun, man, as we come together.
Yes, sir. It's going to be great, man. It's a really good time. It's a good time for fellowship, not just with the people that you come with, but you meet a lot of interesting people.
That's true, Kenny. Very true.
It's a really good time.
Very true. And you got to live hard and play hard, too, at the same time. So, Q, you got your trivia question right. Who was the former NBA star that has a new chicken restaurant on a Carnival celebration? Tell them a little bit about it, Q.
Yeah, the former NBA star developed something called Shaq's Chicken Shop.
Big Chicken.
He has salad and chicken sandwiches on board the Carnival celebration. And it's a big part of what he does on that Carnival celebration. And guys and ladies, both, we need to take a close look at that, man, as a part of that, the Knight Brothers Cruise. That's one of the perks of the cruise. There's going to be so much happening on that cruise.
And that is a cue. On the cruise, they have free food, and they have what they call specialty or upscale restaurants. That's included in what is that a pay per restaurant, or is that a free?
No, it's free, man. Absolutely free, man. You don't come out anything extra. You don't have to pay extra. And in order to get on board, there's not too late. For reservations, you can call 1-800-819-3902, extension 85246, and ask for Todd, and he can walk you through your reservation process.
Awesome. So playing off of that free and specialty, Kenny, can you tell me what specialty restaurant can you eat at for free sometimes on the cruise? Now, you have to pay other times, but there's times you can eat.
I know it's a time. There is a time.
Which one is it? Can you remember what that is?
oh, man.
Is it the Mexican? Is it the Italian? Is it the American restaurant? Which one, I'm
going to say American for 10, Lenny.
American for 10.
Okay, Q, help him out.
Yes, sir. There are a couple of them that, there are certain times when you can eat free at a specialty restaurant. One of them is one of the guys who we know from TV. He has a Zone TV show, and he's a great part of Carnival's the Carnival celebration. And he has a TV show that comes on almost every day. And he has a restaurant there. I don't want to give it away, but we can give it away if we want to. Guy Fiore. Guy Fiore is how you pronounce his name. He has restaurants on board the ship. And on certain times of the day, that stuff is free. And during the lunch specialties. And you can go there as a specialty restaurant at night and dine there as well. But at lunchtime, you can eat there for free. And the Italian restaurants, the same thing. Lenny, we go to Italian restaurants and you can eat there for free during lunch. But you can also have at night for dinner as well if you want.
Absolutely. Guys Fiera. And that's called Cucina di Capitan is the restaurant.
Yes.
And that's his Guy's Burgers that's on the ship. You can eat there for free. I don't do burgers. Me and Arden never get this, but you know what I mean? But you can get this on the cruise absolutely free. So
but he has meatless burgers on board. You just have to ask for it.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't know
Didn't know that one. And they will serve it up to you. Meatless.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Arden, trivia for you. What fun amusement ride does Carnival Celebration have on a ship that no other ship has. This is almost like an amusement park ride. What's your trip?
Roller coaster?
A roller coaster.
Roller coaster. They got a roller coaster on that joint for sure.
Of
Yeah.
love.
Of love. Say what? Yes.
Say what?
Yeah. No doubt. They got the roller coaster. Yeah, but they got a whole like kind of water parks theme on it. And then what I rock with is Serenity because it's the grown folks and the hot tub and right out front of the ship. So we're gonna be Serenity. We're gonna be in the Serenity zone. No
Yes,
doubt.
and that's the roller coaster he's talking about. This is actually suspended over the ship. This is also, how much does this cost on?
Oh, that's free 99.
Free 99 on the cruise. So that's what's up on that.
Right, baby.
So,
That's it.
absolutely.
You got your ticket, you can kick it, baby.
Yeah. So that's what's up, y'all. So look, we're gonna be rocking on here. Q, giving the particulars one more time so that we can.
If you call 800 number 819-3902 extension 85246 and ask for Todd and tell him you want to be a part of the Knight Brothers cruise, and he will hook you up and walk you through how you can get on board, man. I mean, you can get it. You can go in from. Some folks may want just an inside cabin. Other folks may want an ocean view. Other folks may decide they want they want to have a balcony. The thing is, just get on board.
Absolutely. So, Pierre had a hard day over there. Pierre, you all right, brother? Yes, sir. But look, we're going to close it out for tonight. Don't forget to buy our spirulina and black seed oil. You can get it from those links right there. Look, we know you can buy spirulina and black seed oil anywhere in the world. We're asking you to help support the show by using one of our links to go buy the spirulina and the black seed oil because it helps the show out. We're trying to bring great content and keep the show afloat and keep the show alive. It does cost money to make the show. We're not beating you over the head with it. But if there's a way that you can help the show and help yourself at the same time, go to tinyurl.com/KB, which is Knight Brothers, -black seed oil, and the same thing for spirulina. And amazing benefits. Some of the people, Cheryl and Keith and a bunch of folks out there have utilized the products and can attest to you that it definitely helps your body out. So closing comments around the horn real fast. Q, what do you got?
Yes, sir. Look, guys. Summertime is fast approaching, man. And not only do we want to feel good, you want to look good as well. Come on, let's be real about this thing. Natural, would you agree with that? It's a way people can do that through fasting and through taking care of themselves. And some of these products really help out. Black seed oil and spirulina are can be superfoods for you. And it'll help you feel better and look better. Everybody wants to look good and be buff and everything else and feel good about themselves. Summertime is coming, guys.
Pierre, what you said, brother? What you got for him, Pierre? Anything you want to leave the folks with tonight?
Well, my thoughts was, as we were looking at that video, you could see somebody doing meal prep, so they were putting their meals in little containers, so that they would make sure that they had the correct, portions, and you could see somebody was actually using a scale. So what I'm saying with the 80-20 thing, meal prep is really, really big. You can meal prep to cook, 2 days a week. That's it. And cook enough to last the whole week. You got your food. You're going to eat it you're going to eat it because you prepared it, and you're going to eat it because you have it with you. It's going to save you money. You're going to be becoming healthier. All of that. So you can get a food scale almost anywhere, even Giant, anywhere you put a food scale. But yeah, try to look at that, guys, because that 80-20 thing, it wouldn't be on here if these guys, didn't know it was real. I know it's real. I know it works. Justin, Justin is one of the guys. He's been with me for, again, like I said, 6 months. He's lost close to 90 pounds. All of that stuff, and it is the 80-20 rule that's working for him. I think it can work for everybody.
No doubt, Pierre. And shout outs to Doris Crown and I think Pamela Williams. I think both of them going on a cruise because Pamela said, okay.
They're going to be on board with us, man.
Shout out to them.
Yes, sir.
Arden Smith, what you want to leave the people with real fast so we can get on out of here?
Hey man, for them fine, lovely ladies that's going on the cruise, also make sure you strive for 5, like we were talking about earlier this month. Strive for 5 days a week. See if you can do this 5 days a week. Maybe you can intermittent fast in 5 days a week, and set your eating hours up for 8 hours. Of course, just running through this real quick, 16 hours at a time, which 8 will include your sleeping hours. So say 4 before you go to sleep and 4 after you wake up, where you just drink water, tea, or coffee, no caloric intake. You focus on that. And in those 8 hours, focus on high quality foods. And do a little workout, walk with Lenny. You know what I mean? He ain't walking as far as Q. He ain't going to New York. Just walk up to Jersey with Lenny and come back. You know what I mean? Strive for 5 days a week, just doing something good for yourself. Eat good, and then just take a walk with your friends, do a workout, dance. If you like to dance, man, put 5 songs on that you love in your house. I always say this because I like dancing. And dance for 5 songs, 6 songs. Like ain't nobody looking. Break a sweat, have some fun, and breathe deeply. A lot of times we skip over this. Breathe deeply. Breathe in your nose, deep to your abdomen, out your mouth. Because you lose most of your weight through breath. That's the funny part about it. We'll get back to that later. But peace and love. Love
all right. Kenny, give us your last words and close us out tonight, y'all. Thank y'all.
Hey, another great show. Hey, thank you guys for coming out and supporting us each and every week. We'll keep trying to provide you with the latest information on health, local news, politics, whatever you need to know. We're going to have it here for you. Thank you, and see you next week. God bless.
Yep, and next week we will be talking, I think we got a special guest on talking about an event that's coming up, and we're also going to be talking about what Arden talked about, the lymphatic system next week. So looking forward to y'all next week. Peace and love.
Deuces.
Peace and love.